Hello children, you wanna see ma'am is back with physics lesson refraction through lenses. Okay, so let us start. So there are two types of lens, you are already aware of it. One is this convex lens which has both the sides bulging, and the other one is concave in which both the sides are inside, pressed inside. So this is called concave and this is called convex. This identification is very important for you. If you are asked to draw a ray diagram using a convex lens, you cannot draw this. Convex is both the sides bulging like this, and concave both the sides depressed, cave. Remember that way, cave. Okay, next. Now there are some important terms related to lens. Now, optical center. Optical center of a lens is the point on the principal axis of the lens. This is the point, optical lens. Okay, point in the principal axis. This line is called the principal axis. This line is called the principal axis, and optical center is the point on the principal axis, which is the middle or center of the lens, or and the principal axis, you can say. Okay, now if a light ray passes through this optical center, then it passes undeviated through it, means it does not bend in any direction. Okay, so that is one more thing you have to remember while drawing the ray diagrams. Then the next term is center of curvature. Now center of curvature is defined as center of the sphere. Means these lenses are parts of spheres like this, with two spheres, they cut it in this manner and then a convex lens is formed. So this is the center of this sphere and C2 is the center of this sphere. So these are the centers of curvature. So center of sphere whose part is the lens surface is called the center of curvature of lens. Basically you have to say center of curvature is the center of sphere of which the lens is a part. That is a simpler way of saying. Okay, both the definitions are same. Then radius of curvature. So radius, you already know, the distance between the center of the sphere to the surface, radius. So the radius of a sphere whose part is the lens surface is the radius of curvature of the lens. So basically radius of curvature of a lens is the radius of the sphere of which the lens is a part. So if this is the radius of the sphere, then this is the radius of curvature. This is the radius of curvature of this lens. Okay, this is the radius of curvature. So basically radius of curvature is the radius of the sphere of which the lens is a part. Then principal axis. So principal axis, you already know, is a line joining the centers of curvature or the two focal points of the lens. So principal axis is a line joining the center of curvature of the two surfaces. Here they have shown the line joining the two focal points. Okay, it is a focal point or center of curvature, that is same because all lie on the same line. Every lens has two focal points, first focal point and second focal point. For a convex lens, okay, the first focal point is the point F1 on the principal axis of the lens, such that the incident rays of light appearing to meet at it after refraction from the lens becomes parallel to the principal axis of the lens. So that means what? They all seem to meet. In case of a convex lens, the parallel rays, they all seem to meet at this first focal point, whereas in concave lens they appear to diverge. Okay, so for a convex lens, this is the convex lens, the first focal point F1 on the principal axis is the point where the incident rays of light appear to meet or appear to converge. Appear to meet at it after refraction through the lens. and here they appear to, the next definition for concave lens will be, they appear to diverge from this point. Now in second focal point, for a concave lens, the second focal point is a point f2. Okay, this is the point f2 on the principal axis of the lens, such that the rays of light incident parallel to the principal axis after refraction appear to diverge from this point. Which rays? The rays which are incident parallel to the principal axis, they appear to diverge from this point in case of concave, and in place of convex they appear to meet. Now focal length. The distance of the focus or focal point from the optical center of the lens is called the focal length. A lens has two focal lengths. First focal length is the distance of the focus or focal point from the optical center of the lens is called the focal length. Lens has two focal lengths. First focal length is the distance between the optical center of the lens to the first focal point, and second focal length will be obviously the distance from the optical center to the second focal point. Now differences between concave lens and convex lens. Now in case of a convex lens, it is thick in the middle and thin at the periphery. Okay, it is thick in the middle because it is bulging. Concave, it is thin in the middle and thick at the periphery. Now in case of a convex lens, it converges the incident rays towards the principal axis. The rays which are incident on a convex lens, which are parallel to the principal axis, they converge at a point or they meet at a point. Whereas in a concave lens, the rays appear to diverge. Okay. Now convex lens has a real focus, whereas a concave lens has a virtual focus. Why virtual? Because actually they don't get the diverge from that point, but when you produce the refracted rays back, they will meet at this point, focal point. So that is why it is a virtual focus. Now formation of image. Now types of images, you know, there are two types, real image, virtual image. Now for example, this is the object kept, this is a concave, this is a mirror. Now this is a mirror shown. Okay, but lens will be different. Anyway, this diagram is of a mirror, concave mirror. Okay, so same way it will be in case of lens, it will be like this. Okay, so when an object is kept, say on the principal axis, suppose this is the object. Okay, so a ray which is parallel to this is incident will pass through the focal point of the, suppose this is the focal point. Okay, another ray which say passes through the optical center will go undeviated. Okay, so this is the point. So now these two rays meet at this point. So the real image will be obtained somewhere here. So same thing with the lens also. You will show in the remaining diagrams. I will show you. Next. Now here see how the size and the position of the image changes with the position of the objects. Okay, so see how the size is increasing as and when it is coming closer, the size is increasing. See, and it is inverted also. See, this is the tip, red tip here, so it is inverted image, and as the object is brought nearer to the lens, the image is becoming bigger and bigger and moving away from the lens. Okay, a ray passing through the optical center passes undeviated. Okay, that means what? It passes straight, it does not get bent. Okay, so if a ray is passing through the optical, this is the optical center. So ray passing through it will go as it is, it will go undeviated. You can also use the word undeviated. Okay, and a ray which is parallel to the principal axis either passes or appears to pass through the second focus. For example, if a light ray is parallel to the principal axis, suppose a light ray is parallel to this principal axis, then it will pass through the focus or it will appear to pass through the second focus. A ray either incident from or directed towards first focus beam. Now it is the reverse. When a ray is incident on the lens through the focus, then it goes parallel to the incident ray. In the earlier case, you saw a ray which is incident parallel to the principal axis either passes through the focus or which it appears to pass through. Now here the ray is passing through the focus and is incident on the lens. So after refraction, it will go parallel to the principal axis. Similarly here, a ray which is actually this ray, see here when it is extended, it is passing through F2. So after refraction, it will go parallel to the principal axis. Here, as I told you, the focus is virtual. That is why it is called virtual. Actually, the ray is coming like this and incident and going like this parallel. But when you produce it backward, you will see that the ray is actually passing through the focus. That is why it is called virtual. It is not real. Now, the differences, very important question from assessment and examination point of view. Real image is formed due to actual intersection of the rays after refraction, whereas a virtual image is formed when the refracted rays appears to meet. That is, when you produce them backwards, then they will meet at this point. So that is why virtual image, this is real image. Virtual, you can almost say false, which is not actually true. A real image can be obtained on the screen, whereas a virtual image cannot be obtained on the screen. That is why the image that we see in a plane mirror is also a virtual image. That is why you cannot catch it on a screen. A real image is inverted with respect to the object, whereas a virtual image is erect. So that is why in a plane mirror, the image is virtual. That is why it is erect. It is not inverted. We don't see ourselves inverted in the plane mirror. So it is a virtual image, whereas a real image is always inverted. Now, image of a distant object formed by a convex lens, real image. The image of an object formed by any concave lens is always virtual. Now, ray diagram, very important. That is what is asked maximum from this chapter, ray diagrams. Now, for constructing ray diagrams, you have to be very careful and accurate. Then only your ray diagram will be correct. And at least weightage of 9 marks or 6 marks, 6 to 9 marks, you can definitely expect. 9 marks is what you can expect for ray diagrams. And in the ray diagrams, if you forget to draw the arrows, you will lose -1. For every arrow, you will lose 1 mark. Okay. So now this is how first to start with. This is the lens. This is the principal axis, F1, F2. Okay. Now, suppose an object is kept here beyond the first focal point. Okay. Suppose AB is the object. Now, a light ray which passes through the optical center passes undeviated. Okay. Another light ray, suppose this is the light ray which is parallel to the principal axis, will pass through the focus. Okay. So now these two refracted rays, this is for one refracted ray and this is another refracted ray, they intersect at this point. So at this point, you will forget the image. So this is the image formed of the object. AB is inverted and real. Okay. So this is the diagram, image formed. Now here the object is at infinity. Somewhere we can't even see the object. The object is very far away. So The light rays which come from a far object are considered to be parallel. Okay. Now those light rays, when they pass through the lens, they pass through the focus, and the image is formed here at the focus, principal focus. So when an object which is placed far away or which is at infinity forms the image at focus, the image will be inverted and highly diminished, very small. Now, when the object is beyond 2f1, what is 2f1? It is the center of curvature, because the radius is double the focal length. So, while marking also you have to be careful. You have to measure and mark, then your ray diagram will be correct. Suppose if this you are taking 2 centimeter, this you must take 4 centimeter. 2f1. 2f1 is nothing but the center of curvature. Okay. So suppose if an object is beyond the center of curvature, beyond 2f1, that is AB, a ray which is parallel to the principal axis will pass through the focal point f2, and a ray through the optical center will go undeviated. So these two rays intersect at this point. So the image will be formed here, that is between f2 and 2f2, that is between the focal point and the center of curvature. Okay. So an object when it is kept beyond 2f1 or beyond the center of curvature, then the image will be formed between the second focal point and the second center of curvature, in between, and the image will be inverted, it will be real and diminished, means smaller than the object. Now when the object is at focal point, AB is the object, it is at the focal point 2f, sorry, at the center of curvature, sorry, this is the center of curvature, this is not the 2f1 is not the focal point, but this is the center of curvature. When the object is as 2f1, image will be formed at 2f2, that is when the object is at the center of 2f1, then object is at 2f1, image will be at 2f2. So a ray which is parallel to principal axis as usual will go through the focal point f2, and an image through the optical center will go undeviated, so they both will meet here. The image is real, inverted and same size as the object. When the object is between